Caught with a cup of tea in my mouth.
Good evening.
I can't.
There we go. For some reason, my mic was muted again. Universe playing tricks on me again. I have got my cards out for when the time comes. Hello, Barbara Jane. Welcome, 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 guys. Tonight, I am really, really lucky to have Leon back with me. Terenia will be joining us in a little while, and we're going to do some awesome stuff tonight. Welcome back, Leon.
Thank you very much, Eileen. It's great to be back. And with your little recommendation, see, we've got the new speakerphone here. We've got the light. I mean, we're really doing a big job with all these studios now. I feel like a real professional.
I kind of feel like it sounds professional too.
That's even better. Hopefully our audience will be able to...
That's what we want.
Exactly. Hopefully the audience will be able to hear us and see us much better than what we were in the past.
It's going to be awesome. Awesome. Hey, did you want to give everyone a little bit of a rundown on who you are and where you came from and what you do?
We'll give it a brief one. I was a teacher for 33 years. Before that, I worked in Melbourne for 3 years and realised, well, that's not where my life is supposed to be. And there was very clear signs to show that door was to close. And it actually became the first part of my life where I realised, when I look back on it now, that Spirit has its way of delivering messages to you. And what would normally be seen as a catastrophe or a very challenging period in your life, you realize becomes a major turning point. But the part of that turning point, it needs to be a choice that you need to take, which I did by becoming a teacher. For 33 years, I was a teacher, also had my own restaurant with my wife at the time, which has benefits down the track now that I look back on it. In 2012, I left teaching. Again, there's a whole lot of stories behind that, how that came about. But then from that point on, there's been an amazing journey over the last, what are we talking now, 9 years to bring me to where I am now. This is a journey that I never, ever saw really coming. But as my dad from the other side said, stop trying to define it, how it's going to be is bigger than you think. And the thing that I've learned through this is the whole process of surrendering, to letting go, to have the courage to take action. There's two words, courage and vulnerability. They go hand in hand because there are no certainties in life. The only thing that's certain is change, and it's your courage to be able to take the steps and not know where it's going to go. And the biggest thing that I like about that example is that it's like a car. A car can't move until it actually, you have to put it in gear and start moving. Then you can change the direction of where you're going. So my life has brought me to where I am now, doing life coaching, mentoring, psychic readings, utilizing numerology, also astrology, also sound healings, energy healing. Oils have come into my life from Egypt. There's so many different aspects of that now, and I don't try to define any of those things. The thing that I suppose, if there's one word that you could link together, it's healing. But the bottom line is I don't do the healing. I'm enabling people to heal themselves, and I really want that very clear. I don't do anything other than being a conduit of energy to allow people to heal themselves. So whatever I do or what energy comes through me or what I share from verbally, people heal themselves. And I think that's the biggest thing. It's about empowering people to take control of their life, to take their action, and then that life becomes their life. They're in control of it, not somebody else. And that to me is really, really important.
Very much so. Absolutely agree. Are you going to a fair on Sunday?
Yeah, there's a friend of mine. I don't know if you know her. She's what's her name? I think her first name's Eileen. I ran into her about 9 months ago. A friend of mine called Daryl. He told me you should meet this lady called Ellen. I said, really? He said, look, she does some expos in town, and I think you two would get on well. Anyway, cut a long story short, I rang her and she answered the phone, and there was no expos because they'd all shut down for the last 12 months. So I don't know what the point of him telling me all that is now. But anyway, he did. And then she's since had me on her Love Angel Light a couple of times, and I find it interesting. So she's got this expo on this weekend in Penrith. Oh, at Love Angels Light Expo in Penrith at the Panthers, I do believe it is. It is at Panthers, absolutely. So we need the clarification there. From 9 o'clock in the morning until well into the
evening. You're a bit close
there. We're cool. 9 o'clock till
9:30 till 4:30, guys. 9:30 at Penrith Panthers.
Beautiful. See, that's the thing. You should promote all that. I'm just leading in with the little questions to let you. What time did you say finishing that?
It finishes at 4:30.
Fair call. But what I like about it, the part that I like about it is it gives people a chance. And I think it's really important too. I thought about this today. There are so many people that have been through some really challenging periods of their life. And I look around this area here. We've had droughts, we've had floods, we've had fires. We've had all those things, and there's so many people that I connect with in terms of my work that relationships have come to an end. You know, we've seen the whole thing about COVID, and how do people deal with all of that? So I'm really looking forward to seeing people who just need a little bit of encouragement to look at it from the bigger picture of what's happening in their life, to be able to, instead of getting caught up in all the drama and getting caught up into fear, to be able to trust their own heart, and then to be able to listen to their own part and ask the question, how am I to grow and evolve through this? What do I need to let go of? What no longer serves me? What part of my soul is taking me in another direction? And giving people the confidence and the courage to take that step. So I hope in the readings that I do, or people who come to me, that's my aim, is to be able to assist people to realize, it's okay. Feel that pain, feel whatever it is you need to feel, but then let it go and move on. And I look back on my life, those major turning points. There's a lot of pain in those situations. But until you own the pain and bring it out, you can't let it go energetically. You carry it with you, which is all it's going to do is cause you dis-ease. And you need to let that go so you can be free energetically to move into the next chapter of your life.
100%. Do you know what makes me laugh still about you and I meeting is that I'm ex-teacher, you're ex-teacher. Mm-hmm. You've gone through numerology. I've done numerology. Yeah. We did both psychic readings. We're both life coaches. It's like I'm just shadowing your life. I never actually knew you until that path had already started, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. I like that. See, I remember 2 years after I left teaching, I went through this period of saying, well, who am I now? Because it was a label. And we all have these labels that we place on us, or other people want to put a label on us. I remember someone saying to my daughter, what does your dad do? And she says, well, how does she describe her dad? But I think about 2 years after I left teaching, I realized I'm always a teacher. It's just my audience has changed, and you're doing exactly the same thing. Exactly. We're connecting with a different audience now. So if you link the two together, I think there's a synergy between teaching and healing. And I know someone said you can't be both. I challenge that now, depending on where you're coming from, because to me, it's not about teaching. It's about where someone asks the question. In that part, you're sharing your wisdom. Then it's up to them to take that on board and be part of their healing. Because what resonates with them, what resonates will, what doesn't, let it go. That's why I always say to people, don't believe anything I tell you. This is my journey. But if my story relates to you and you can take some wisdom from that and take some practical steps as a result of that, so be it. That's the beauty of having the experience of life. And I must admit, at this stage of my life, in my 60s now, I'm amazed at the conversations that I'm having with young people. As I work in a restaurant, and the other night there was 4 of us sitting around after the night had finished, And before we knew it, was 3:45. And
Whoa.
the conversations that flowed from 11:30 till then, I mean, we'd had just one or two small drinks, but it was not about that. It was the conversations that we had, the depth of those. And I realized in that moment is, wow, there's something that when you're called forth, and you are in that category yourself, when you're called forth to share your wisdom, someone needs to hear that. And part of our responsibility and other people's responsibility, when that moment presents, that's where you need to step up, come out of your shadow or out of your cave, for want of a better word, and share your truth and let it sit where it sits and then move on and not get caught up in your ego, think, oh, I've done a great job. Whoa. No, you just do what you do and then you move on.
That's exactly it. That's awesome. Tell me, what were we talking about before we went live that you wanted to talk about tonight?
I have no idea. You reckon I'm going to let you get away with that? I can't let you get away with that. We were talking, I think we talked a little bit about, well, we've covered it in one respect. We covered about the different, the droughts, the floods, the rain. We spoke about that. We spoke about people going through their changes in their life, like relationships that are coming to an end. Even I noticed in the restaurant sometimes they'll just ask, well, how long, do you live here and where do you come from? And in part of telling your story, it gives other people permission to share their story. Like a lady that was saying to me, I've turned 50, I'm getting too old to change my life. And it was almost like the words that, yeah, exactly. I just looked at her but then based on her numerology and stuff, I shared a couple of little things. And just that conversation made a change for her. And this is what I'm thinking at the moment. People are going through massive change. And on a conscious level, there's another analogy I want to use, which we didn't talk about, was this planet right now is going through, it's almost like a third world war. It's the war for the control of our consciousness now. And I see so many people who are still caught into fear. And I'm not going to get into the rights and wrongs of all that because that's people's personal journey. And I see the people who are not buying into the fear that's occurring. And there's almost like we've got two groups of people on this planet at the moment. And I was actually thinking about this today. Those are in fear, in doubt, in frustration, those that are in acceptance, understanding a higher frequency. So if people can hold a higher frequency and not get caught up in what you're seeing in the media or not what you're seeing on the television, because that is all about propaganda. I know people are going to argue with me on this one, but propaganda, it's about programming. It's about trying to get us to think in a particular way. And it's like bombarded all the time with fear. Whether you want to get into the vaccination part, I'm not going to go there, but people have got to make up their own mind in relation to that, do their own research. And that's been part of, I feel, my journey in the last 12 months is to do my own research. And then where appropriate, and I use that word again appropriately, where appropriate someone asks, be able to share them, or go and look up this website, go and look at this particular person's, and I'm thinking particularly of Charlie Ward now, who has a massive following of over 10 million people around the world. Follow him, not so much him as such, it's the people that he has on that have more knowledge than what he has, plus his own knowledge, to allow people to see the bigger picture, what's playing out on our planet at the moment. And I think there's a lot of fear around that. And I see people really being, how should I put it, paralyzed in their own belief systems. Because I think when people realize I think the biggest thing is when you realize you've been lied to or the deception that's been done, it's really hard to deal with that because your life has been based on that belief system. And that's to then be able to let that go and then form your own belief for yourself. That's very challenging. And we're seeing relationships come to an end, family relationships that have been long-term of going in different directions where people have got different beliefs and they're really strong on those beliefs. That's what's occurring on a whole nother level.
Very much. Louise says interesting.
I'm just pausing on that one. Yeah. And it is interesting. And if there's one thing that our conversations does is enable people or plants a seed for people to do their own research and or even ask the question, where do I look? Where do I see? Because a lot of the information the media aren't putting out. I'll give you one example. I think it was in England. Don't quote me on the day. About a week ago, there was someone said well in excess of 1 million people who marched in London. The media put out that there was about 500 people there. We're seeing marches all the way around Europe, but the main media aren't putting it out. So you've got to ask the question, why? When you ask the question, why don't they put that information out? Why is all those other things, all the information that is there, why don't mainstream media put it there? So as soon as you start to ask that question, you start to think differently. You start to go, what's going on here? I don't want to go too deep into that because it'll push a whole heap of people's buttons. And that's okay too, because I mean, we all need to question our own belief systems. And, I look back on it. What did you believe when you were 16 or 17? What did you believe when you were 20s? And in your 30s? We could keep going through. I don't know the age of our audience. What did you believe in your 40s and your 50s? They change based on your belief systems, the people you connect with, what you watch, what you listen to. One of the biggest things I found, with working in a restaurant for almost 16 years, I never watched TV. And after my divorce, I remember turning the TV on and I've gone, wow, people, what they were watching was violence, was aggression, was rape, was murder. And I'm thinking, this is their diet, and I'm using that word deliberately. If that is what you're listening to all the time, and then you watch the news and it's all fear-based stuff, that has to affect you on a deep, deep subconscious level. So to me, you've got to take that programming out and to reprogram it on a different way. And that's slowly occurring for those people who choose to look at other alternative medias or alternative social medias, social outlets. That's occurring.
Yeah. It's really important to question the beliefs that we're presented with, because essentially we are presented with a set of beliefs that we have to then choose or not choose to take up.
Yeah.
But we have control.
Yeah, we do. But you look at television's been now, it came in, I think, in 1955 here in Australia, and we all sat down and watched it. And people quickly realised, particularly the advertising people, realised as soon as you start saying you got a problem, this is the solution, and you really seriously go and watch the TV. And I mean watch it from a point of view of observing with a critical eye. You look at all the advertising, not all. Majority advertising, it's by big pharmaceutical companies. It's all about the fear. It's about making sure you've got whiter teeth. It's about you've got a sore knee, you've got to take this drug. And really seriously look at what's been projected onto you. You start to realize, wow, where have we seen in the last 12 months there in terms of medicine, if you like to call it? Go out into the sun. Connect to the sun to get vitamin D. Go out and walk in nature. Get fresh air. Breathe it in. Go and swim in the sea. Sea is a beautiful healing modality for you. Do we see any of that in the media? Not 1 ounce of that do we see. No, shut down, put a mask on. Make sure you breathe in all your shit that you've got in your body anyway, and it keeps recirculating. All that stuff. And when you start to look at what you've been told to believe, and then you start to do the scientific stuff on it, you realize this is rubbish. I mean, I could go on this for ages, but I'm not going to. But yeah, you start to realize people have got to think for themselves. But so many people are, and understandably so, I'm in a different age group now. People are trying to, earn some income, pay for their bills, look after their family. And it's like, I don't want to hear any of that. I just want to get back to work. And I want to be able to look after my family, or I want to travel. So I'm going to make sure we'll stop on that one.
Yep. It could be a rabbit hole.
Yeah. And on another program, another time, we may go there, but not tonight.
We may. That day is not today. Hey, tell me a little bit about the oils that you will have with you on Sunday.
Yeah, I will. Let me take my jacket off. It's getting quite warm in here. I was over there in Egypt in 2015. It's really interesting, and I want to share this. sorry, I want to share it in the context that, as I've said to people, you've got to have the courage to take the step. Now, I remember after I left teaching, you're on, 90, 100 grand a year at that particular time, and I'm going down to 20 grand. And you think, how are you going to live on that? But life has its way of supporting you. And I remember talking to a man that I respected in his skills, and he said, you've got to go to Egypt to get your codes. I don't know if I've shared this with you before, and I had no idea what this man meant. So about a week later, I got an email from, I don't know how I got this email or whatever it was, got this email about a lady who is running, that's what she does. She goes trips around the world to spiritual sites. And she was doing a trip to Egypt, and there were 2 spaces left. And it was, I think, 6 grand. I had 6 grand worth of my BHP shares. I sold them, went to Egypt. Literally, it was the last of the money that I had saved, but I knew I needed to go. When I was there, I met this guy called Gamal. We were taken there. He's a 5th generational alchemist in terms of oils that they make, and he travels around the world speaking about his oils and what they are. So at that particular time, I bought the 7 physical chakra oils. They're beautiful. I just so impressed with them that they've got an incredible aroma. They're just beautiful to smell, to put on your body. I just love them. I have them beside my bed. Every morning I get up, I just in tune to which one I want to pick, and I just put it on my body. And the thing, what I like about it, this might sound strange to some people, but I don't ever use deodorant anymore, but I use oils. That's my deodorant because I know it's pure. I know it's not going to contaminate my body. I then went back again in 2019 and again met Gamal. And what he does too, he just reads you as a person and just shares what you need to do. I remember when I met him the first time, he double shook me up a little bit about what he shared. And then the second time he shared again, it was like, whoa, okay. My own personal growth had been quite substantial since that period of time. I don't need to go into what he said. And then he had these spiritual oils from the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th chakras. And again, I bought them, beautiful oils, brought them home, and I've, again, had them in my bedroom. And I'd been asking for quite a while, how am I to use these oils? Because I had people from doTERRA wanting me to use their oils and from Young Living, which are 2 well-known brands. And I know the people wanted me to use them because of my connections with people as a selling point. And I accept that. I don't have any judgment on that. But something inside was saying don't. So I never did. And I remember asking, to Spirit, how am I to use these oils as a healer? 2 days later, I got an email. Same person, by the way, that I did the Egyptian trip. And she talked about, I don't know if you hear that noise outside. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Obviously, someone's trying to get our attention. Anyway.
That's right. This is really important, guys.
So these particular oils, what Gamal had done was combining the 2 oils, the physical chakra oils with the spiritual ones. And I've got a whole document on each one of those combined oils. And in that moment, I realized, wow, that's what I'm to put together. And it made sense. Another person who I trusted as well had already shared that with me. Leon, you need to make the oils. He said, I have a vision of you doing it. But at that time, I didn't have the money to do it. And by the time the money came in, I was able to put them together. And this is what the guy put together. So pure essential Egyptian oils. And like on this one here, it is the lotus oil, which obviously goes to your crown chakra. Again, with the papyrus oil, which relates to your soul star chakra oil. And the thing is, what I find every morning now, I'll link the 2 together because these ones I've got for myself. These ones for sale, but these other ones I just put on my body and just allow. So every morning I just trust what I can. Can you buy them? We haven't. Yes, you can buy them. I just haven't put it. We haven't put an online situation, but you can ring us through quantum healing energies, and we'll send them out to you. That's the easiest way to be able to do that. So there's not a problem being able to do that. Yeah. So that's the first time we'll be putting these out at the show. We already have them there. We have an explanation of what all the oils are. So someone will get an explanation of it. It's a sheet. It's an A4 sheet that is completely covers what they do, what they're designed to do. And the interesting part about it, and I want to share this on another level, when you read that, when you're putting it on, it's not just a matter about putting the oil on. It's tuning into the intention you put for yourself when you put that on. Like if I'm putting on the lotus oil, it's about opening to spirit, opening your crown chakra, and you'll just trust your intuition. So I'm not going to tell anybody you should buy this or buy that. You have to trust your own intuition about what is right for you. Again, it's about empowering people to take control of their own life, not me to tell them what they should or shouldn't do. So that's what happened, and what was so lovely about this is how. And I want the reason I'm sharing this with people. I found this on Vistaprint, the little hands, and they were two hands like this. Whoa, where am I? Oh, shivers. Two hands like that with a star between them.
Super fun.
That's it. You've got it. Oh no! Don't do that to me. I hate that. You've just
see, advertising works.
Oh no! But they don't have a beautiful star between it, and it's blue. Anyway. I remember we needed to make a banner for this particular weekend. So I rang Vistaprint to find out whether they could actually put that logo, which is the two hands, because they didn't have it on the banner. And it was interesting. We got this guy from the Philippines called Patrick, and I don't mind putting his name out. He loved it. It was like a project for him that he, instead of the basic stuff. So he said, yeah, I'll fix it for you. So we also unlocked the logo. We could change the logo that we wanted. We already had the photographs that I'd taken to put into it. And I said, can you put white bound borders around each of the, so we did all that and we switched them around and to be able to have that hand right at the top of the banner, which you've seen on your website, I just think, wow, people come to the rescue. Or people walk into your life at the right time to help you if you're prepared to say yes and prepared to take the action. So the point I'm making is not that we've done this and done that. That's got nothing to do with it. What it is having the courage to take the action and then watch and see who walks into your life to assist you with what you're trying to do. But you have to take the action from here, knowing that this is the path for you. If the body topper says, no, you shouldn't be doing that, not this, you'll feel it. If it says don't, well, you can go down that line, but you'll probably find later on, that's not where I needed to go, but it's still a learning experience anyway. So, yeah, this is the first time we've put these out publicly. So Terenia was a lovely lady, and she wrapped every one of these in the last couple of days. So she's been a good girl. I put them all into the bottles, and she just wrapped them all up. So that's lovely. I'm looking forward to sharing those with people.
That's awesome. Well, she's going to be joining us in about 10 minutes. So what did you want to do?
Yes,
did you want to do some cards, or what did you want to do?
Yeah, I want you and I to work together on this. Okay, I want you to pull one card, and I'm going to pull one card. Okay?
All right.
And this is about the past, what has been in the past for people.
Oh.
This is just in the past. One card you to pull. Okay. Thank you. Right, let's put these two together. Right, put your card up. All right, you got new beginnings, I've got wisdom. We both know what these cards mean. Now, for some people, what this is about, this is what I like about this. People, I think, they've already seen the cards, so they understand what they're about. We'll just put them down and I'll share the story in relation to them. That when we see new beginnings, and we already talked about this at the start, where we've seen the floods, where we've seen the fires, we've seen everything which is shutting the old door, the old way of being. It's completely shut. You notice that picture, the door is closed very, very clearly. You can't go back. You have to move forward. But you also, in your hand, you've got the wisdom of what your experience has been to step forward. There's a big blue ring that goes over the earth, blue communicating from your voice to what you actually want to do. So you're moving forward with your life. This card here relates to someone coming in, ooh, where's it going? Someone coming into your life with the experience that they have had to share with you their wisdom that you can take from that to give you the courage to step forward into your life. So when I see those two cards together, it's perfect. So I'm saying to people who are listening and being through that, who's walked into your life now at this moment or just recently to be able to assist you to get through this particular period of time, to help you to have the courage to take the next step forward, because that part of your old life is done. It's complete. You can't go back there. Next card.
Sure.
Let's go next one.
I'm game.
Cook you up. I love doing this. I love doing this technique. It's generally though
guess
when
what I just pulled.
Go on, wisdom.
Wisdom.
Ah, there you go. Okay. Let's see. I love that. Okay, I've got this one. Whoa. Now,
Rest and rejuvenate.
this is a mental card. Again, and making sense. So we've already spoken about the mental part. So the wisdom card. So we're looking now at the present, right? Someone's come into your life to assist you through this. But whatever change is occurring, because it's all mental, people are struggling with this mentally. What's going on? How do I deal with this? And instead of being in your heart. So what the card here is a mental one. It's number 4. It's about process. It's about structure into your life. It's actually saying to you, go out in nature and stop. Stop and rest and listen to your heart. Let Mother Nature nurture you. So as the person comes in, you go out, stop, listen, feel the energy within your own body and listen to what nature wants to share with you. It's interesting. I'll give an example this week. There's a particular gentleman who cuts grass around here. And I know he's been going through some challenging periods in his life, and he shared that with me. I saw him the other day. His whole beard had been shaved off. And I've gone, wow, what's happened in your life? I mean, I knew to a certain extent. And he went, this is a fresh start. He's letting the old go, getting rid of all that. And one of the things I said to him was, where we live, get out in nature. And he knows that. So he's using nature as that picture, is to go and rejuvenate himself and let go of everything that's happened in the past, taking the wisdom from that, your wisdom card, so that you can move your life forward. But you can't just move forward until you stop and evaluate where you've been so that you can move forward. Last card, we'll talk about future. Let's see how we go.
Oh. This one just jumped out.
I like that when they jump out.
Like literally, did you see it? It felt like it went half a minute.
No, I never saw it. Wow.
Oh, that's so cool.
This is amazing. Seriously, I love this. That's the third eye. What are we talking about? The big picture of what's occurring in your life as you move forward. How often do we only look back on our life, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 10 years down the track, and we go, now I understand what that experience was all about on a soul level. Third eye, bigger picture, soul level. And then this card comes out, Major Arcana card, it's your destiny. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Things are starting to shift around. 1, new beginnings, infinite possibilities. This is all your past experiences that you've had, major ones, but there's another one to come. I mean, how appropriate is those cards? That's phenomenal.
Perfect.
Unbelievable, that is. So what I like about that, you and I combined with 2 decks of cards. You pulled one, I pulled one, and they all linked together.
That's it.
So what's the message for the people here? I want you to do 2 things. Can you pull your first card again? Okay, new beginning. So the question I want to put to you, what door has shut for you that you can't go back? But you've got to accept that. and take the learning or the wisdom that you gain from it. So shut that door and then move forward. As I said also, there's a person that comes into your life to assist you. And as you look at this picture here, come on, there's the little white dog here is representing you who is listening to what this person has done, because over here is the book of their wisdom, their experience of life. But your house isn't complete. There's more to come, okay? And also we look at the number. The number is 5. 5 is about change, uncertainty, mystery, stepping into what I would call the unknown. Then we got the next card. You had the wisdom card again. So someone's still being in your life, taking that wisdom and then taking time out for yourself just to stop. And so many people that I see in the work that I do with changes, they don't ever stop. They've got to keep going. They've got to keep working instead of taking time out to stop, regenerate, reconnect to their heart and go, okay, where do I go from here? And lastly, as you pull your card, the other way around, is the third eye. What's the bigger picture of this on a soul level? Because when you get that, and there's your destiny, I just think those cards are absolutely superb.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
That's really awesome.
I think we'd better bring in my better half and bring her in and let her have a little chat.
I reckon.
Are you ready for her?
Oh, always. She's amazing.
Beautiful. She is.
You're amazing.
She takes it on a whole nother level.
She does.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'll come around this side.
Oh. She's gone. I have never seen this woman before.
Hello.
Hello, beautiful.
I'm moving
lady.
there. Closer. And where am I?
You're going to sit on this one.
All right, then.
You're
It's a bit too high, darling. Let me move
Well, I
this
can
chair.
move this down for you if you want.
That's okay. I'll sit like
Okay.
Oh, no, I have to be higher. Oh, there we go. Hello. How are you?
Amazing. Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm
Leon,
very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
I should center. You know, we have to center ourselves.
Okay.
So let's center ourselves. There we go. I'm centered.
Excellent.
Oh, that's lovely.
Leon got a
And it's exciting. We're heading for Sunday.
I'm very excited. I've got my new shirt for it, so you know.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Sorry? Oh, okay. It's just going to raise it up, just like that song. We raise you up. And we are in the mountains.
That's better than
You are
Okay.
in the mountains and you didn't get washed away.
Oh, no, we didn't get washed away at all. You know, there was sort of like not even water on the road. A little bit on some part of the highway maybe, but very little. Certainly not here. We don't have to worry about that. There's actually something I want to share with you. Some things have been coming up recently about remembering, recalling, and that means the ancient parts of ourselves. Lots of numbers have been coming up. I heard earlier, yes, numerology is so important. We're getting so many messages from the angels and the spiritual beings, various numbers. Now, an interesting thing, sometimes with my clients, somebody says their name is such and such. And then they say, for example, people call me Mo, but I prefer Moana. You know, and I say, well, I'm going to call you Moana. And I think it's very important, our identity. And this is something I just wanted to share with you, a poem that I wrote, and it was published in Shine Your Light. So
Awesome.
I will show, actually, I'll show the picture later. It's a bit darkish, but I think you'll be able to see it. And it's going to tie together about our name, why we take our name. Of course, our soul doesn't have that name. You know, this is just the temporary cloak we have for our soul. For example, Terenia. And our soul has a completely different name. And that's why it's eternal. But it is important, whatever name we take, whatever we choose to do in this lifetime with the dance of life. And that's another card that actually fell out, which was so interesting. So this is the poem that I'm going to read for you. Softly in the night. Softly in the night, I pause in my flight. Why must I go? Did I miss life's flow? A tear escapes unchecked. It's not time for regrets. I've made up my mind. Looking deeply inside, I'll find the reason why I came and gladly took my name. But inside myself I see someone just for me. Softly in the night, I continue in my flight. Eager to move on, searching for so long, soon it will be clear which way I must veer. The time is drawing near, just when I meant to veer. I'm guided by a light which is only for my sight. I see it clearly now. I stop and I bow. Softly in the night, I'm guided in my flight.
That's so cool.
And this is the beautiful picture. I'm going to put it in front. It's of a beautiful, actually an angel. Sorry, it's not pornography. It's a beautiful angel. There's the beautiful wings in the background of the angel, because that's what we are. We're earth angels. We're spiritual beings. And I think our name is so important, and how we use that name in our life. And our names do have numerology. So it's even people who want to change their name. They should actually think and work out the numerology of their name. What number do they like, or do they want, or is it already there? Does it need to be changed? It's very interesting. I do know a few people who have changed their name, and what the energy change is can be quite amazing. It can go both ways, though. You know, the reason why they choose change their name, it can go both ways with it as it is. Yeah, that's interesting. And even Eileen, you look at the spelling of your name. You know, that's quite an unusual way to spell Eileen.
Not in Ireland.
But not in Ireland. Yeah,
In
exactly.
Ireland, it's very common
Which
to
is
spell it like
special,
that.
you see. Yeah, you see, that gives you your Celtic heritage. And you know, I've got Celtic in my past lives, a lot of Celtic in my past life. I could have been an Eileen. You never know. Which is very, very special with all those connections. So talking about Celtic and Lemurian and Mayan and Peru and these places where I have been and still hope to go, in Tintagel and all these places, you start to remember. And in Scotland, you remember and you're recalling. And I've always said, someone says, well, how do I know about my past lives? And I would just say a simple little thing. What cultures do you associate with? Especially since you were very young. You know, what attracted you to, for example, I love the Spanish flamenco. I was definitely dancing in Spain. I think the Spanish flamenco is amazing. And I wear vests. I wear little boleros and things all my life. It's a connection to that. It really is. It makes everybody unique. And I think everybody has to think of themselves as unique. Now, the other thing that came up, because I was looking through, I have very special cards, and it's very interesting that oracle cards in the last couple of years of a very high frequency. So if anybody can get hold of these special oracle cards, these ones by Lucy Cavendish, actually, which is a lovely Australian lady, it's called Oracle, hang on, I'm trying to get the shine of it, Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. There we go. It really is very special because there we go, that's better. It's such a beautiful oracle. And really with oracle cards, you just need the one card. I really love cards that fall out. They're always special. And the one that kept falling out because it fell out, and I thought, no, not that one. Another one. But it just kept falling out. All right, that's the one. Because it looks like Stonehenge. Look at that.
Cool.
This is awesome. This is called the Liminal Dance. And what this is about is, as we know, not just in beautiful crystals, but in the ancient stones, there's lots of wisdom and memories. And the little wee folk, the little fairies, they keep dancing around these stones because they want to keep the wisdom inside the stones, so that people who do come to these circles of stones, and Stonehenge is amazing. In my last broadcast with you, Eileen, I'd mentioned that I'd gone into the centre of Stonehenge to do a meditation. It wasn't a meditation group, but it's just that I just tagged along to get inside. So I did my own meditation inside. It is quite awesome. And it was at the solar eclipse, and I got all these orbs peeping out behind the stones and here and there. Gosh, I really felt all those energies as they were. So what they do is the little wee folk, they dance around there. They're showing their fragility. But you see, we're like that too, the transients. You see, we have a fragileness, and they're asking us to remember, recall what it is we have that lies within us. That's why these fabulous cards, here's the box. The fabulous cards are called, the hidden worlds. And the hidden worlds are within us, not just, the elementals or the other ones. It's just so fascinating. Got a few little fairies out the back garden. We're going to add a few more. The energy is to invite them in. You don't have to have hordes of flowers and things. They will come because you invite them in, which is a beautiful thing. And so it's an eternal dance, life, between the lifetimes. And I think more than ever now, we're in a very special time to remember so much of our past lives. So my Celticness, when I was Eileen, and the other, all the other incredible past lives and incarnations, the Peruvians, the Andeans, that was just so prophetic when I was there. I actually met when I was in Peru 5.5 years ago, I actually met my father in my Peruvian times. Every day in Peru, I had visions and dreams, and I saw him too as a vision, as a priest. And he said, yes, he was. And he actually performed a marriage ceremony in this beautiful stone structure where I came up the stairs one side and my partner came up the other side, and he married us. And I told him next day because, and he said, wow, yes, he was a priest in Peru at those ancient times. So that was amazing. So we now, though, need to remember more of this. The best way, of course, you can imagine is with meditations. And what you feel an affinity with.
Yes.
Sure, there are many YouTube things. You can do it by yourself. You can do it with somebody else. When we do our crystal healings or our sound healings, there's always some meditation involved. You're going into not a trance state. You are in a conscious state, but alpha state, so that you are remembering everything later. It's not about, although I know you do hypnotherapy, and that's an interesting thing. I'm a hypnotherapist, but not the clinical one. I will put somebody into that state for a particular reason. However, I like the person with their consciousness, because it's about their personal empowerment, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what's so important. Yeah. So I hope we all dance this dance. We've had a lot of cleansing, and I hope people are thinking of it. All this rain has been a cleansing for us. It really is true that, after the rain, the sun always comes out. So we have to think of it that way. Oh, the sun will be here soon. The sun will be here soon. but there is beauty in the rain as well, not to mention the beautiful rainbows and
It did this last time she was with us too. I wasn't sure if this was my connection or theirs. But hopefully she comes back to us. Hopefully I'm not talking to myself. I just saw your comment pop up, Louise, so that's cool. Terenia, we can't hear you. Oh, there we go. There we go. You got me. She'll probably pop back in a second. I do very much enjoy talking to Leon. Hey, Odette. Leon and Terenia. They bring such a wealth of knowledge, and I'm so excited to meet them on the weekend. Excellent. Thanks, Amy. I've been getting messages all the way through this tonight from my cousin's bridal party because I'm bridesmaid for her wedding in October. I've not replied to them. I've just watched my phone flash every time a message pops up. All right. When I have Leon and Terenia, I'm just going to randomly talk until they come back. They have so much knowledge. When they're on here, though, I want you guys to be able to learn from them, if that makes sense, and to be able to have them share their knowledge, share that. We are in Penrith on Sunday, Rach. The Love Angels Light Psychic Connections Fair is on Sunday at Penrith Panthers from 9:30 till 4:30. Leon and Terenia will be there. No, I've just got allergies. This is my life. This is the way we roll. Yeah, I was thinking that, Erin. I was just going, oh, hang on, because it was all right with Leon. And then when Terenia came on, it was not as all right, and I thought it might have been me. Rach, contact them, honestly. Contact them. Now, soaking everything in so much. They will be at Penrith Panthers on Sunday. So if you can get to Penrith Panthers, not that I'm going to say Penrith Panthers 10 more times before I close off this on Sunday. Here we go. Told you they'd come back. Okay.
One without the other. I mean,
and just as I was apologizing for last time when I was on the broadcast, and I was saying that we had all these storms in the Blue Mountains and we had no internet connection, and Leon was at work, and I'm not super technical, but I thought amazingly, because we didn't have the new mic here that we got, and I thought my phone lasted amazingly for all the talking, but not for the music, not for the beautiful sounds, because my crystal singing bowl was singing so beautifully. But when I listened later, it wasn't singing so beautifully through the telephone. Never mind. We do what we can.
But that's okay. I had approximately 0 complaints.
There you go, because it was telling us that your server is out. Interesting. Doesn't matter. We're here. Let's not talk about it.
That's right. It didn't keep me out.
No, that's interesting. We're here.
That's right. That's all that matters.
I'm just wondering, I was going to actually do a little general reading because I always travel with my lovely tarot cards. I have the little set that I like to take with me everywhere. They sit in my little pouch with their crystals. Awesome. And I just feel that there's well, other than the message I felt today, I wanted to add also about creativity, actually, that the more creative we are, and I think this is a wonderful thing, the more godly we are. actually. We say God is the creator. So we're creators as well. So we should embrace this energy of being a creator for whatever we do, how we dress, how we might put colors on, how we might interior decorate. Because I look how many clients I get to say, oh, I'm not creative. I said, yes, you are. Look at the way you're dressed today. Oh,
Exactly.
and I say, you do problem solving, right? Yes. Well, that's being creative. I think there's people have to embrace what the wider meaning of creativity is. You don't have to be the painter or the poet or the musician. You can do anything. You can just be playing your own little bit of music or sounds, which is a wonderful thing. We create so much. All right, look, I'm already getting some energies here. Let's have a look. I'm just going to put them here up the top. Absolutely, Spirit is telling me that it's such a transition time. That there's going to be very, very high energies for many of us in our dreams. And that if we can really and truly even ask, for some sort of a message as we do our dreams, but there's definite change around. And, it's an individual thing how people say, oh, I never dream. Well, that's not true. We all dream, except it's usually for people like that, I'll say, well, you've got such a busy day. You must actually, before you go to bed, you see, your subconscious mind has to process the whole day. If you've had such a busy day, rewind the video of your day so that you've got time to do your dreams at night and you might remember something. But we definitely do dreams. More intuition from the new moon that we had when we were heading for that full moon this weekend. A lot of energies. It's a super moon. A lot of energies of these last 2 weeks. And it has been raining, which is so interesting. In this new moon energies, it's been raining, and now we're heading for beautiful Libran full moon, which is about balance, and for us to really look at. I'll just show you this card. I'll show you 2 cards actually. I'll show that one close. For us to really philosophically look at where we are, just like I said at the very beginning, be centered, ground yourself. I've got 3 grounding cards in a row. Here's the other one. It's the way I position it into the thing. Here it is. Grounding ourselves. And it doesn't mean to fly forward. We actually have to steadily look at it, compose ourselves, listen to our intuition. We have the beautiful intuition card. So it's like the whole picture. Go inside, internalize, ground ourselves. So it's like bringing the two together. And the gorgeous magician card came out. So much about, we've got so many more resources than we realize to manifest. Even though normally the full moon is not the time to manifest. However, which is new moon energies for manifesting. So get in there before Sunday. But that's okay. We can still continue because it's a super moon and we can keep it going. It's particularly amazing for relationships, yeah? Libra is about balance for ourselves, balance our yin and yang, our divine feminine, divine masculine, which is a very interesting concept within itself. And I know a lot, I mentioned that last time too, about men thinking, you can't have a divine feminine in a man and you can't have a divine masculine in a woman. But it's not true. We both have both. We just have to be more conscious. Are they in balance? You can't be too much one way or too much the other way. And what is very interesting is that the creativity is very, very important. It's part of the divine feminine, but still we all have it. And we need to bring it forward more. So it's about our dreams. It's what we want to achieve, what we want to now reassess in our lives. So in fact, I've got everything here, all of the water, air, fire, and earth elements, the way we're feeling, thinking, our intuition, balance between our intuition and our logic, communication, very, very high level of communication has gone up. How we communicate our feelings, how we communicate our ideas and thoughts, and then how we ground ourselves. what courage we have to make decisions and act on them, and how we're going to move forward. It's like making a plan. We need to strategize and make a plan. Even though Libra is an air sign, it's heading towards putting us through Scorpio, our emotions, to fire. So it'll be in a row, you see, to fire Sagittarius as we come to enthusiasm and joy, and Jupiter will change at that time, and then heading towards January, I feel, as it is. But anyway, we are at this time now and as we head towards the end of this year. Yep. Whoops. I think I touched something accidentally. Ooh.
You're still good.
It's just something came up. Yeah. All right. Ooh. I'll just dismiss something. Ooh, I got on my computer. All right. Hang on. I can't see you. All right. Leon. Leon. Oh, it's only because I put the cards up high, and very sensitive, these computers, aren't they?
Yes.
It's just as well I got little cards. Oh, sorry. Can you just get rid of that? Wow. Someone's having a joyride out there. Sorry. She can see me, though.
I can see.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
I'm still here, see?
Yes. So we've got so much going on here to bring it all together. And I think part of the remembering for everybody is too, I really feel everybody should somehow get some sort of a crystal that they can relate to. And for everybody, that's different. It doesn't have to be the clear quartz. You know, clear quartz has amazing energy as it is. And of course, I always have in my pouch of goodies, I always have some crystals sitting with the cards. So it activates the cards, of course. So that's a really wonderful message that I feel Spirit sent through. And do you know, people ask me, really, so what is Spirit? What is it? What is it? Well, it is the angels, the guides, your ancestors. It is your energy. It's everything around you, your aura, everything. And what I was saying before I went black was that gorgeous angel that appeared for just a minute as the rainbow aura in the fog. It was like magic. And I thought, wow, thank you so much. It's just like a validation. We're not by ourselves, you know, and there is fog. Exactly. All that fog there. Doesn't matter if there's fogs there. Moldavite is a wonderful, I saw that message. Moldavite is a beautiful, I have some beautiful Moldavite. Interesting thing about Moldavite is not everybody can wear it. And generally they say don't wear Moldavite all the time. You can meditate with it. You really have to see how you react when you pick it up. And because Rara has said, just got a beautiful piece, that is already connection by saying it's a beautiful piece. Means you have a connection to the Moldavite, absolutely. And if people like Moldavite, I do suggest you get one, not in the too far future, because they just come from one area in the world, from Moldavia in the Czech Republic. That's it. Who knows how much is left? I think I have both, one in a polished form and one in a raw form. I like both, really. It doesn't have to be in the raw form. The ring is in the raw form, not now, of course, and then the necklace is in the polished form. They're just as beautiful, still have their qualities, whether they're, and that's another thing for people. Of course, these are in their raw forms, beautiful clear quartz. And sometimes you may wish to have something polished. For example, if it's a pink tourmaline and rose quartz, they're polished. They don't have to be in their raw form for you to feel their energies. So this is really magic when we use crystals for healings, is really, really magic. And it's interesting because that is remembering. You know, every single healing is different. There you go. Every single healing is different. it's intuitive, and you pick up on those things. Of course, some knowledge of what the qualities are, but I really find it's an intuitive process to do that. And some healings is possible. I mean, some of our readers, some of our listeners and audience, or their readers too, I guess, can physically come on Sunday. That will be fantastic. At least they can find out a little bit what we do, a little bit more, and even the people who are outside and can't come physically to Sydney. There's just so much still that you can be involved with. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
actually looking to have some Zoom sessions on Sunday throughout the fair. So I'm still working out who's going to be holding the phone to do the Zoom, but we're going to make that happen, because I know Erin's in Melbourne and Odette's in Melbourne. And we've got 6 presentations throughout the day that people might like to see, but also we'll do a sitting in the room, so there'll be enough on for someone to be able to carry a phone around and do a Zoom thing.
Oh, excellent. That's a fun. Well, this is the new world. This is the new way of communication. Like I was saying, there is such an upping of communication. Thank you, Erin. You can't physically come. Oh, you will be definitely there in spirit. Absolutely.
She'll be interstate. She's using the fact that she lives in Melbourne as an excuse to not come.
Oh, well. That's okay. Understand. After all the situations that happened in Victoria, I think she just wants to stay put and sort of like, there you need to center yourself. I do feel people like the communities, certain communities in Melbourne and Victoria and other places of Australia, but particularly in Victoria, it was very interesting energies where, and remember, my spirit has come out with the message about centering, grounding, no impulsive kind of actions. Take it as it comes, feel your way through. And this is this understanding. We are fragile, but we're also very strong.
Yeah.
And that, I think, if we can embrace that, we are very strong. We're just more powerful than we realize. And let us be more in our power. And, if you need to see somebody else who can guide you through the meditation, or you do it yourself, or it really doesn't matter, or you put some crystals on yourself, or this or that. It's an important thing to do, and more people are remembering and recalling. Yes, beautiful. Remembering, recalling. Yeah, okay. So, what they are about, and not to be. Well, actually, talking about Moana, that is an excellent movie.
It is an excellent movie.
It's an excellent movie. It's not for children only. And, I've had 2 sons, and there were movies put out over the years for children, and they really are adult themes, seriously. But I thought it was an excellent movie, so spiritual. Yeah, some little bit of scary bits or whatever, but it's all representative, metaphorical. Fear. So much fear has been going on when we're moving past that now. Less and less and less as people come to ground themselves and to find their center. So I really feel that, and it's interesting too, because just intuitively I've been meditating more and more and more over the last week or so. It's quite interesting. And I will admit I'm not a meditator every day, but that's only because I'm a very reflective kind of person. So I can be reflecting, walking out in nature. I don't have to do formal meditation every day. I'm a thinker. Then I do have to ground myself, being aware. A lot of us are up here. Can't be too much. You must bring it together. You must come down into the ground, which is so important.
Very much.
That'd be great. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's awesome. What do you find is the best way to bring yourself back down if you've been up in your head, or
Well, that the simplest one is just to go outside. And some people can't sort of do that, but sit on your balcony then for 10 minutes without earphones. I think it's very, very important. I see a lot of people walking with earphones out in nature. Seriously, you're just taking away the whole energy of what you're there for. But I think even if you look at a nature scene or you listen to some nature sounds, if you can't physically go outside, you can listen to nature sounds. Again, we've got this amazing YouTube and things, CDs where you're hearing birds. I have a very special CD that I use for some sound healings. It's whales and dolphin sounds. It's just magical with some keyboard because I'm a keyboard player. And I'm so stoked that a music man near where I work a couple of days a week, he was able to fix my beautiful big keyboard synthesizer, which I'm picking up tomorrow, because it got a little bit wet inside from removalists, and he fixed it. Oh my God! So this actual CD is it's just fantastic because I want to do some recordings with the chanting and the voice and languages of light. But I like keyboard. I love melody, keyboard, and you can do amazing sounds with that. So that particular CD is it's called Pacific Blue. I don't know if it's still around in the shops. It's bought a long, long time ago, but it's still fantastic. Dolphins and whales. There's no doubt about that. And they are our wisdom keepers. They are our record keepers. I feel so drawn to them. And that was another wonderful movie I loved from New Zealand, The Whale Rider. Oh, my goodness.
I loved that movie.
Isn't that stunning?
Yes.
Wow. Haven't seen that. I'd love to see that again.
I've always been drawn to.
Yes, beautiful movie. And her stepping into her power. Otherwise, only the boys, the Maori boys, were taught all these special moves and everything, and only they can be the whale rider. But no, Spirit said, no, this girl, and she started to raise her personal power. She became the whale rider. Oh, it was a magic movie. Magic, magic, magic.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
That's awesome. All right. Well, Terenia and Leon, cannot express enough how amazing you both are.
Leon, come back. Time to say goodnight. Well, thank you, Erin. I'm just reading what Erin wrote. Terenia and Leon, I cannot express enough how amazing you both are. You both have knowledge and insight that broaden the horizon for so many. Thank you for sharing. Oh, you're most welcome. We love sharing. Thank you, Erin. And yes, you'll be there in spirit. I know you can't come on Sunday.
It's interesting just while this has been going on.
She'll be joining the Love Angels Light Connections Fair virtual event.
Yeah, it's lovely. I've just been watching the feeds that have been coming through, Eileen, and I just really want to say thank you for the people who are putting those feeds, and I've been able to respond to a couple of people there. I hope what I've responded has helped people. But I really appreciate that, because we can also then tune into where you're at in the questions or what you're thinking, what you're feeling, so we can respond to that in another level. So thank you for that as well.
Thank you so much, everybody. It was so lovely to be here tonight and see as many as possible on Sunday. Beautiful. Thank you, Eileen.
I cannot wait. No, thank you guys so much for your time and your energy. It's very much appreciated. And thank you for everyone watching tonight. Please come and join us if you're available on Sunday at Penrith Panthers, 9:30 till 4:30. We have readers. I think we have about 19 stalls plus about 9 readers over in the reading room. So there's plenty to see. It's actually, very exciting.
See and experience and you come to our stand, you'll just have beautiful, they're just heavenly, the Egyptian oil smells. They really are out of this world. They are just so very special. And all you need is one drop. It's just one drop you need to put on your third eye or even on your crown chakra. It's just very, very special. Beautiful. Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I can't wait to meet you guys on Sunday.
Yeah,
okay.
I look forward to the first time. We said all the communication over here, but to meet you in person, I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be really cool.
Yes, it will be.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Look, guys, we will see you on see you on Sunday if you can make it. If you can't make it because you're interstate or whatever, I will be putting up a post about people who want to join us virtually via Zoom. If you are open to that, if you're in Sydney and you're able to get to Penrith, you have to come.
Yes.
Right?
I'll just let you know, we're doing 20-minute sessions, whether they're psychic readings or sound healings or crystal healings. We're doing 20-minute sessions. Thanks.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Erin says she'll be in contact about those oils too.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You will love
She
it.
was
Very
awesome.
special. Very
Awesome.
special.
Thank you guys so
Mhm.
much. We'll see you all on
Okay.
Sunday. Other than that, I'll see you next week for our usual run through. Bye, guys. Have a
Yeah.
good.
Thank you. Good
weekend.
night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.